Hey guys, Bushwhack18 here, and today I have the mortgage payment that you can wear on your head. Oh my god! Woo! Hey everyone, welcome into another tech review. I want to let you guys know if you have any questions about anything I've reviewed on this channel, whether it's headphones, TVs, monitors, catch me live over on Twitch. The link is in the description. Don't hesitate to come on over and ask me some questions, strike up a tech conversation. Okay, so the Sennheiser HD800S, the first thing you're going to notice is the unboxing experience. It comes in a big freaking box. Inside that box, there's some changes here from previous versions where there used to be like a very soft cloth underneath the headphones, I guess. That's gone. Now it's just like this styrofoam type material, squishy stuff. It does the job of shipping them safely just fine. It's just a difference to note there. The other difference is in previous versions, Sennheiser would send out the XLR balance cable, which is a value of $300 from their website with the headphones. They no longer do that. I believe this stopped maybe a year ago. So the cables you do get, you get the Pentagon balance cable, and you get the 1/4-inch headphone jack cable. No XLR balanced. If you want that, you're gonna have to pay an extra $300, or you can do what I did and spend like $30 on Amazon.com and get one of these converters from Pentagon balanced to XLR balanced. Works like a charm, sounds great. All right, guys, so let's talk build quality of the 800S here. Build quality isn't the greatest for durability. I think that Sennheiser really prioritized the sound of these headphones over everything else. You have a construction of primarily plastic and different types of metals. My biggest concern here with these is these little aluminum ear cups here that are hidden underneath the plastic a little bit. If you touch those in the wrong spot with your finger, even gently, they bow inward. It's almost like they're just waiting to dent. And the first time I did that, it freaked me out. I was like, whoa. And I can definitely see a situation where you bump these unintentionally on something, and they're dented for good. And if you're OCD like me, that's gonna drive you nuts. In terms of the ear cups themselves though, they're nice, big. Aside from that aluminum, they feel solid. The hinge here turns just fine. It feels almost spring-loaded, so when you let it go, it fires back out, so that's cool. No concerns with ear cup mobility or finding a good fit. The ear pads and headband both have the same material. It's soft, and really it feels expensive. This whole headphone feels like money. It doesn't feel durable, but it feels like money. It's interesting to have it in your hand and really examine it. The ear pads themselves aren't very thick. They're plenty comfortable. They're extremely comfortable. They have this soft like memory foam type material in here, and it's the same material you're going to find underneath the headband here. The headband itself has this very cool adjustment where you just kind of push it ever so slightly and you feel it click into place. It's a very satisfying feeling, and you just know that when you put these on, that adjustment's not moving. Now let's talk cable quality and connectors. The connectors on here, just like you've probably heard from other reviewers, are extremely difficult to pull out, and they are scary. Anytime you're dealing with a headphone that's expensive, you do not want to break the connections. I did switch out the 1/4-inch for the Pentagon balance to go to my adapter, and when I did that, you don't twist, you just pull straight out. And just in your mind, you're like, I hope that this headphone doesn't snap in half. There might be a little of psychology going on there. I don't know if this was a $200 headphone, if I would be nearly as worried about it or have that exact feeling. But for sure, they are hard to pull out. But once they go in there, they snap right in. It's almost like they're magnetized. And it's a nice, secure fit for sure. And now the cable itself, you got these rubber cables here that go down to this almost like vacuum cord, super durable, thick cable. It's high quality, but I don't think, like, preferentially, I just don't like it. It can get kind of weighty. It kind of gets in the way. I actually have the headphone cable itself wired through a grommet hole in my desk, underneath the desk, all the way out to the other side to my amp, because it's such a long cable. It's like a 10-foot long cable. So you got 10 feet of this to deal with, which for some people might be incredibly useful, but for me, just a desk application, it's a little bit too much and it kind of gets in the way. Knowing that custom cables for these, because of these connectors here, because these are proprietary Sennheiser connectors, custom cables for the Sennheiser HD800S are going to be expensive. So it's not something you can just quickly, easily, cheaply fix. That cable is going to be married to you for a long time. All right, comfort. These live up to the comfort hype. These are by far the most comfortable headphone I've ever worn. When you put them on your head, it's weird because, like, when I think headphones, I'm used to having the ear cups touch my ear in some capacity. Even my previous most comfortable headphones, the AKG K7XX, they have those huge ear cups, but they still touch your ears. And then the inside, the driver gets really close, and that fabric kind of touches your ear as well. The 800S here, my ears are literally untouched. You feel the pad around your ear on your head, and it's this weird new feeling. The first thing I thought, I was just like, whoa, that's weird, but it's super comfortable. And you can wear these for, long gaming sessions, long listening sessions, watch a movie. A good percentage of people will probably tell you these are the most comfortable headphones they've ever worn. If you like clamp on your headphones, you might not like this fit because they're not very clampy at all. They just kind of sit there. They don't, the charm of the comfort of these is they really just don't do anything. They don't do anything on your head. They sit there and just kind of fade into the background, and you kind of forget that they're there. So if you like that clampy, tight seal, these aren't going to be the headphone for you. I wouldn't go to the length of saying that these would just fall off my head, because they don't. They don't really move. It's just they're not clamping. And the clamp thing is weird because previously the K7XX, I didn't feel like it was a clampy headphone. But when I went back to that after a week of wearing these, the first thing I felt was clamp. And I was like, whoa. Also, temperature-wise, these headphones stay extremely cool. Just like a lot of other open backs. Because they're open back, they don't really collect the heat so much. And that's always a good thing. Weight-wise, these are just as light as any other light headphone I've worn. Weight will not be an issue. Even though I suspect that weight comes at the cost of a little bit of long-term durability, perhaps in some areas on the headphone. Alright, sound. So the sound of the Sennheiser HD800S. First we gotta let you know what we're running it off of here. I'm using the SMSL M500 DAC amp combo. I went out, got the THX AAA 789, which has great reviews, been around for a while. Pretty affordable in terms of amps go. Plenty of power, plenty of clean power. And I'm running the SMSL M500 with a balanced output into the THX 789. That's how all of my listening for just music, games, movies, that's how it's all done right there. So that's what we're using. It's really important to know that you're gonna need an amp. You're gonna need an amp, and if you're paying this much for a headphone, I'm pretty sure you've got that situation figured out where you're considering it. You're not getting these to plug them into your phone. Alright, so story time. I had waited weeks to get these. I ordered them direct from Sennheiser. It took a while to ship out. I was super excited. I read just about every review, watched every YouTube review, browsed the dark trenches of Reddit. A lot of people, I noticed, heard these and were just unimpressed right off the get-go. There's a lot of people that love them too, but the reason that's important is because when I first put these on and played some music, my initial thought was, okay, that's it. I wasn't impressed. I wasn't taken back. I didn't say, whoa, like it didn't just come out and just grab me and show me that it's like this new experience or anything. So I listened to music for maybe an hour, just messing around with different songs, just playing with the new toy, And then what I did is I moved into gaming a little bit, and I played a match of PUBG, and that's where I was initially blown away with gaming, because gunshots and footsteps, the unquestioned accuracy of where things are happening with these headphones, it's amazing. It will blow your mind. And I'm coming from the K7XX, which is known for the wide soundstage. The imaging on the K7XX wasn't elite by any means. This headphone does both of those things better than any other headphones I've ever tried at the same time. So you get that huge wide soundstage, but the imaging is super accurate, so you know how far away someone is, when they're running around the corner, all that stuff. So I played PUBG for a while, tried out some other games. These blew my mind for gaming. Then I went back to music again, and they started to sound a little bit better. So what I noticed is with these, I don't know if anyone else can relate to this experience, but with trying these headphones, it's like my brain had to get used to them. So the more I listened to them, the more I started to like them. I listened to them exclusively for a week straight, used them on my live stream, gaming, tons of music, movies even. And every day that I had these for that week, they got better. After a week straight of exclusive listening to these and using them, I went back to some of my older headphones, and I immediately felt like I was missing something. So the Sennheiser HD6XX, I went back, and I immediately noticed what they would refer to as like a veil or a blanket over the music. The information wasn't thrown out in your face, and it wasn't obvious, the detail. Like you feel like you're missing something. The K7XX didn't sound as wide as they did before, and they definitely did not sound as detailed. And the Hi-Fi Man HE4XX, still like them, they're still fun, but you feel like you're missing out if you're going from this headphone back to other headphones. And that's interesting because that's not something that was my first impression. So I dare to say that some of the people who didn't have a good experience with these right out of the box, I'm one of them. But I do think that it's something that you have to listen to for a week or two straight and then go back to something else that you love and then compare because now I get it. I get it. So the bass on these is decent. A lot of people say there's not really much bass. There's plenty of bass. It sounds fast. And it doesn't sound like there's like the impact of the bass to me is there, but it's so fast that it can easily sound like it's not. That probably makes no sense to anybody. And keep in mind, guys, I'm not like an all-out audiophile type. I just I like cool things. Like when the track calls for bass to really hit and punch, it'll be there. But it's not going to be a feature of every song you listen to. So just know that if you're hardcore like hip-hop or EDM, you should probably go with like a planar or something that's even closed back for that kind of music, in my opinion. The mids and highs, super detailed. Everything sounds super balanced. Everything sounds super clean. To me, these sound like you took the AKG K7XX, made them a little bit wider, and a hell of a lot more detailed and accurate. So you have all this space around you, and you have all these details in the music that you can really just hone in on, which is really cool. And if you go back and listen through other headphones, you'll still hear those same details. But the difference is with a detailed headphone like this, those details come out and smack you in the face and say they're like, pay attention. So yes, incredibly detailed. And I think that's consistent with just about, I think my experience has been consistent with just about every other reviewer out there in terms of detail. Detail is excellent. Soundstage and imaging, obviously excellent. We already discussed that. That makes these naturally the king of gaming. Definitely for this price or lower. And those two things combined just gives the music that you're listening to this big but detailed feeling, which is really cool. For movies, the soundstage obviously comes into play there to give you that surround-like effect. The only thing is, depending on the movie you're watching, there's a lot of explosions and stuff. You might want to go with something closed back just for the bass, because I did feel like the explosions were missing something compared to other ways of watching a movie. All right, now let's compare these directly to the Mass Drop Trio that are known for being budget-friendly, great values. So the Sennheiser HD6XX is really just an HD 650 made in China, super cheap. That was previously my favorite for music. These are hands down better. Okay, hands down better in just about every way. The only thing that the 6XX does better is more subjective. It's more of the preference of the vocals are a little bit more forward. And the vocals are no joke on the 800S. They're no joke. But on the 6XX, the vocals are really there. And the music kind of falls to the background. So you're just kind of analyzing the singer, the voice, the emotion. And if you like that kind of experience, you might prefer those. Like here's the tricky thing about music and headphones. Like, this stuff is so subjective. You can't just say that this headphone costs more. We put more into the production of it, so it's better and everyone will agree. That's not really how it works. So like the people that love the 6XX for the vocals, these are definitely going to sound different. And you might like them, you might not. The 7XX, a very wide headphone, known for that wide soundstage, and it's used a lot for gaming because of that wide soundstage. These blow them out of the water in every way. In any way you can break it down, these are just better. The 4XX are still fun to listen to. They're cheap planar magnetics, but as you'd expect, these are going to be better. These sound more detailed. I don't even think the bass on the 4XX is better than the 800S. That's the thing. I think that if you take those three headphones, the 6XX is known technically for its imaging capabilities. It's got really good imaging. The 7XX has the soundstage. The 4XX is a little bit faster, has some solid bass to it. I think if you took all three of them and put them together, you'd have this headphone. That's the intriguing thing. It's like taking one of those three, you're just taking a strength of this headphone and pulling it out of there and just listening to that strength, where this is just all of them together. And that leads us here to the $1,500 question. Should you buy the Sennheiser HD 800S or pay your mortgage? Well, listen, if you're watching this video, you probably already know what you're looking for and what you want. 99% of the people in the world are going to say you would spend that much for headphones, you're nuts. But, this headphone isn't for that person. This is for the person that's looking to get the best headphone experience that they can for the money. And is this, compared to the $200 headphones that I have, is it better? Absolutely. Is it 5 to 7 times better? No. And that's where diminishing returns comes in. With anything, you're really like, once you start paying really high end for it, it's not going to be multiples of the money spent better than lower tiered products. But if you truly want the best, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this is the best headphone in the world or anything. There's headphones that go all the way up to what, like $100,000 you can find. It's nuts. So I'm just saying, for this is definitely the most expensive headphone I've ever tried. There's plenty of other headphones I would love to try that are $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. So I think if you're looking at this headphone as, you know, should I buy it? I've been looking at it. It's something I really want. I'd say I think it lives up to the hype 100%. And if you do buy it and you plug it in and you're underwhelmed, give it some time, because that's what I did, and I have a totally different outlook on it now. So yeah, just like every other should you buy it, you know, thing, no one can tell you what to buy, what not to buy, but I don't regret buying them. Guys, I'm Bushwhack18. Woo! That was a long review, man. Come on over to Twitch, ask me some questions if you want to see these in action, or, you know, just talk about tech, whatever it might be. Remember, I stream live on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Links in the description. Have a good day. Goodbye.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on